Jai Hind everyone. Today we are going to start our chapter number 6, factorization. What do you mean by factor? Suppose we are finding the factors of 12. Factors are divisors, the numbers which can divide 12 exactly. Then those numbers will be declared as the factors of 12. We know that 1 and the number itself are the factors of every number, right? 1 is a factor of every number and the number itself is a factor. Now we have to find such other numbers which can also divide 12. After 1 we move on to 2. 2 can divide 12. 3 can divide 12. 4 and 6 also can divide 12. Therefore the divisors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12 are known as the factors of 12. Right? Now we will understand what is factorization. Factorization means to break a larger number into fewer smaller numbers. Here we can write 12 as 2 into 6. 12 can be written as 3 into 4 and 12 can also be written as 1 into 12. This process, which process? By reducing a larger number into a smaller number, is known as factorization. Now come on to this point, prime factorization. If this is factorization, then what is prime factorization? In prime factorization we reduce or we split or we break a larger number into the least smaller number. Least smaller number means if I am going to write the prime factors of 12, then I will start dividing 12 by the smallest number, and after 1, 2 is the smallest number. 2 it will divided by 6 times, then 2 divided by 3 times, and then 3 ones are 3. So the factors of 12 are 2 into 2 into 3, and now I cannot break 12 into such kind of factors, or I can say I cannot reduce or I cannot break it into smaller numbers, right? And one more thing we observe here, 2, 2 and 3 all are prime numbers, right? Because we cannot split or break it further. Therefore this is known as the least form of 12, okay, and therefore it is known as the prime factorization. Whereas in factorization 12 can be written as 2 into 6 as well, 3 into 4, but 6 and 4 are composite numbers here. But in prime factorization all the factors are prime numbers, right? Now I have one question for all of you. Can you break 12 is equals to 2 into 2 into 3 into more lower terms? Your answer will be no. You cannot break it into lower terms. Now, why we have studied factorization, prime factorization, and this question? To understand the meaning of factorization related with algebraic expressions. An algebraic expression is an expression which consists of few terms, and those terms are connected by some mathematical operations like addition and subtraction, and we can divide those terms again in two terms, into factors. First factor is constant factor and second factor is variable or literal factor. This literal factor is also known as your variable factor or variable part, or this is your constant part. Constant, all the numerical values are constant and all the alphabets are variables or literal factors. Now we are considering 4xy minus 3x square as an algebraic expression. Here How many terms we have in this algebraic expression? We have two terms. How can we define that there are two terms? Because there are two operations, addition and subtraction. We need not to observe multiplication and division to find out the number of terms of an algebraic expression. We will concentrate only on addition and subtraction operation. So, here are two operations. First is addition and second is subtraction. Therefore, number of terms are 2. First one is 4xy and second one is minus 3x square. Now, can you find the factors of these two terms? Yes, we can find. So, the factors of first term 4xy is equals to 4 can be break into 2 into 2 and xy can be written as x into y because the operation between them is multiplication, right? And we know that 2 is also a prime number and x and y are variables, we don't know about them. So 2 is known as your constant factor and x into y is known as your literal factor. Similarly, we can find out the factors of second term minus 3x square. Minus 3 can be written as minus 1 into 3 and x square can be written as x into x. So, we have break a term into two parts, constant factor and literal factor, which we have discussed here. Now, what is the basic difference between factorization and prime factorization? In factorization, we can break 2 into 6 again. We can break it again. 6 can be written as 2 into 3. Here, 3 into 4. We can break it into further lower terms. 4 can be written as 2 into 2. Then it will become 2 into 2 into 3. And it will become 2 into 2 into 3. Right? But in prime factorization, we cannot break it into lower terms further. If we have written 12 as 2 into 2 into 3, then we cannot break it into further more lower terms. What can we do? We can change the position of the numbers. 3 can be written in between or 3 can be written at the first place. But we cannot break it into further lower terms. This is known as the law of algebra, which you will study in class 9th. Okay. So, why I told you the difference between factorization and prime factorization? Because now we will implement it for algebraic expressions. Here 4xy can be written as 2 into 2 into x into y. Can you break it into further lower terms? No. 2 cannot be break further and we don't know about x and y. Therefore, this is the least form, or we can say this is the irreducible form of the term 4xy. Similarly, minus 3x square can be written as minus 1 into 3 into x into x. So, we cannot break it into further lower terms. Therefore, this form is irreducible now. Therefore, this form of the term of an algebraic expression is known as irreducible form, and we have studied factors, factorization, prime factorization, all such definitions with the major difference just because of the new word which you will study in the chapter 6 factorization, and that is irreducible, right? So now I hope you all are understanding the meaning of irreducible. Irreducible means when we cannot break or split any term into further lower terms is known as irreducible. In simple for simple numbers, this process is known as prime factorization, and this is known as, for algebraic expression, this method is known as finding factors. So first of all, we will do a review exercise. There are 3 questions there. and then we will move on to our main topic, main exercise. So keep watching the videos, keep doing the video work in your notebook. The work which I am sharing through the videos, you have to write it in your notebook as it is. Thank you and have a nice day.